Hi, good morning to all of you. It's a joy once again to be together in this class. I hope you had a good time doing your previous assignments. I know it was the RWM 0.1 talked about the checklist that we need to know what this course is all about. Simple questions, simple answers, and you didn't have to do much, but just check it. Uh, One of the thing that I did in that checklist was the last question, which said you don't have to necessarily tick this, but looks like some of you actually went ahead and ticked that. That's okay. That was just for you to be alert. Well, in this course, we will be dealing with some of these fun things where we will ask you to do a certain thing, and then in the middle of that, we will ask you not to do certain thing. We just need to be attentive. Well, research is all about being attentive. Research is all about being mindful of things. Uh, and in RWM 0.2, you did look at uh, a few agreements that we had with. So we want you to agree on those points, and I did see that some of you did agree, and some of you are still doing that. So anyway, welcome to the first section, self. Now, self is the most important in all our learning. How can we learn if we don't have the self? So one of the things that we uh, underline in this course is self is at the center of all our learning. And if we do not understand that self, we do not get to learn well. Whether it is about, and learning is not just about knowing few information. Learning is about understanding, thinking through, thinking again, and thinking about thinking, and then going ahead and producing new. As we looked into the Bible, Genesis chapter 1, verse 26, 27, God created us. We believe in a creator God. And if we believe in a creator God, we also believe that He created us in His image. And what does that mean? That means that we are capable of thinking, we are capable of change, we are capable of creativity. And so, this course and the first section of it in the self, we will be dealing with self in such a way as God sees it. Remember, we do not have a definition of our own, and if we have one, it is normally distorted unless and until we see it through the scripture and how God sees it. So, this section we are going to deal in a few different format, and the first one we will deal with an activity, and for that activity it is simple. It is marked as RWM 1.1, and the activity is simple. You have to frame three questions. Frame three questions, which will at least three questions. You could go ahead and frame actually more than three questions, but at least three questions. And those questions that will help you to discover yourself. And now, after we doing that, we will go ahead and do an objectification and rationalization of that. So what do I mean by objectification and rationalization? Objectification and rationalization is basically how we see through the eyes of an object. Can we objectify ourselves? Your questions, you have three questions, and those three questions could be objectified in probably three ways, or in a way, or through a picture, through a concept, and things like that. And so we prefer a picture, at least one uh, for each of the questions. And some of you might feel that, oh, okay, I have one picture that defines all the questions. Fair enough. That's also okay. So we are going to look into that. So welcome you to the introductory class of self. Remember, self is at the center of all learning, thinking, and creating. Self is capable of creating because self is made in the image of the Creator God.